Now, like Halle Berry and Billy Bob Thornton in Monsters Ball, when they're shooting that sex scene, whether they're having sex for real or not, I don't know. Okay, I'm not on set to that, right? Though the scene does look realistic, don't it? Right. That's also a rated R movie, right? It's not even rated X, right? But that ain't any different, though, than what you see on the porno either, in a way. Though the difference is, okay, whatever Holly was paid or Billy Bob was paid, A is probably far less than a porno star is paid. Anyway, that's one of the things probably you gotta deal with here in the porn anyway. The actors there probably get paid less than the bona fide actor in the movie, right? Now, another thing is, right, just because I saw Halle Berry naked in that movie don't mean I obsess over her. I know her, I can do nothing with her. I don't. Why? I don't know her. I don't know her. She's dating some other dude, right? So what's the problem with that? Nothing. I don't care. Okay. I want to find my own wife, right? My own woman, right? And seeing that movie, yeah, I want me and my wife to do that, but I gotta wait for that too, right? Right. That's what Jesus is trying to teach you. Not condemn everything you do. Not judge yourself for everything that might could be perceived as right or wrong. Then you're cutting off your own neck. Then you're condemning yourself by condemning others, right? Ain't that what Jesus really said, though? Ain't that the heart of his message? You're not listening. You're hearing it like it was written down and not spoken to the people it's being to either, right? When you write something down, it loses something, right? It's different than hearing it from the persons with your own ears, too, right? Why is that? Right? You're writing it out on the book. Right? The book does not convey emotion, right? Like a real human being talking to you. Oh, no, I don't. They're bad about that, right? All a book can do is quote what somebody says, right? But a movie, for instance, about Jesus, right, opens your eyes up a little bit more, don't it, right? But they got the image wrong. Yes, right. He was buzzed, by the way. He was a hermaphrodite, right? They don't even know that anymore, right? Because they tried to burn the Gnostic Gospels, right? But not the letters of Paul, which also implicate it, right? See, the male and female are one in Christ Jesus too, right? We're all part of the body of Christ. You're not wanting to hear that, blaming the Gnostics, right? That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. For saying Jesus was a hermaphrodite or androgynous. They mean the same thing, right? The difference is hermaphroditus is a child born to Aphrodite and the messenger, what's his face? I forgot. Hermes. Right. Now, his story goes he was kind of narcissistic to begin with and would often look at his face in a pool of water. Well, one day this water nymph saw him and fell in love with him and became human and started making love to him, right? And their bodies cleaved so closely together that they became one, right? And joined together. Kind of the opposite of Adam and Eve. You ever hear that? Right? Eve was taken out the man. Well, Eve rejoined the man there and was put back in his body. Uh-oh. See, if you take something out of me, that changes my initial form, right? If it's fully in me. You're not hearing what Moses said about that either. Right? By bone of flesh, not bone only, not flesh only, both. Both. See again. Joshua tries to make it bone only, which only confuses you. You're not listening. You're not listening. It was bone and flesh that was removed from Adam to make her, right? Now, you might also say DNA too. Mm-hmm. If a hermaphrodite is XXXY and we're XX or XY, what does that mean? A hermaphroditic image contains all the DNA of the male and female, right? Even though we're two. And you can look it up. You can look it up on the internet, right? This is a real medical condition. I wouldn't be blabbering about it if it wasn't. You wouldn't be able to say blah, blah, blah to me either, right? You just won't look it up. You don't want to know. Well, what you don't know can kill you too. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, right? God warns you about that too in Hosea. Mm-hmm. What really kills you eventually is your ignorance of God, right? And following Satan into hell. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, though, if a married couple make a porno for themselves, that's not a sin either, right? But if you watch it, all you can do is watch it. Now, could the wife cheat on the husband? Yeah. And be with you if she what? Chooses. But if she's a faithful wife, she's not going to do that, is she? No. Now, a porn star, right? Again, you have to meet one, right? And she's got to show you interest and want sex with you without getting paid for it, by the way. And things like that. Anyway. But she's paid to be with the actor she's with, right? As is he. It's no different than getting paid by Billy Bob or Holly either, right? But I do not covet Holly. I think she's a great looking woman. I think she's beautiful as hell. But to me, I don't touch that, right? I look, but I don't touch, right? Told you that before too. Now, what is carnal about lust or desire is condemnation of it. See, if you condemn it, you done committed adultery in your heart, right? That's what Jesus means. If you forgive it, though, what does that mean? You're letting it go, the lust, right? You're forgiving the lust. You're not really lusting after her. You're just attracted to her like a normal male and female would be, right? Attracted to each other. Well, what if you lust after a man, though, and you're a man, right? Well, that's the same boat, right? So you're not supposed to lust after a man or a woman, right? Lust is a sin if you're going to do it for anyone who does it, right? It don't specify. See, if two men are lusting after each other, you done committed adultery in your heart too, right? Especially if it's sexually, right? So what's the difference between lust and love, right? What's the difference between consensual sex and marriage, right? One, you got a piece of paper and are allowed to marry in the courts, right? And one you don't. One is a religious issue, by the way, and one is not, right? Because of the separation of church and state, right? So you can legally marry the same sex now, right? In the court, right? Which is the state-run court, right? Not the church-run court, right? Now, to get married in the church, you still got to go through the court, right? And by the way, but like I told you, you can start a gay church, and Jesus doesn't judge you like men judge each other, right? He said, judge not, lest ye be judged. Too. Though if he does judge, it's a righteous judgment. not under condemnation still, even with his wife caught in the act of adultery, right? See, like I said, right? Why are they even bringing the wife to him? She's somebody's wife, right? If she's committing adultery, she's married to somebody, right? But if it's not Jesus, what does it matter to him either? Right there. See, if I bring you some strange woman who commit adultery, why am I bringing her to you to stone her? Right? If she's not your wife, right? I'm pretending, okay, your wife committed adultery with you and I caught her, and I want you to do something about it. I also didn't bring the man, right? Which is strange as well. Law says you're just on both, not one or the other. But if it's your own wife I'm bringing to you, I'm also rubbing your nose in it. She was with another man, right? Think about it that way too, right? Now your problem is you've become so self-righteous and carnally minded in the church, you don't understand the liberty that is in Christ. Touch not, watch not, handle not. See, seeing evil is in the eye of the beholder as well. If you watch people having sex, and it's male or female, or two men or two women, right? Whatever you're doing, you're just watching it. Right? That don't mean you got to do it. Does it? No. No. But if you condemn it, what you did, stew in your juices, right? So you still can't murder someone who shoots a porno. You don't even know who they are, where they're at, or when they shot it, right? Unless it's copyrighted, and even then. They done shot it. You're watching it now, right? Anything more is vanity, right? Dude. You're being vain about watching a movie made by two people or whoever's in it, right? Or more people, where they're having sex as actors, right? And you don't want to look at it the right way, as God and Jesus would, right? Two. See, they did not come to condemn us, Satan did. Satan and his angels came to condemn us and teach us good and evil, right? And they try to make everything you do evil. That's why you're so confused by them. They're pretending, okay, all this stuff we're doing right now is so evil, God can't forgive it, right? But God's forgiveness is unconditional, right? Theirs isn't. See, in order to sin with the daughters of men, they had to become humanoid too, right? The problem is, if they were once here themselves and went into heaven with Jesus, which is my theory, and then God on the sixth day made all the animals again, right? And the fifth day, all the animals in the ocean, right? Right. Everything in the ocean God made first, and then land, right? Right? Right. Well, why did it do that? Right. Well, the oceans were already here. Our planet is comprised mainly of what? Water. The Spirit of God hovered above the surface of the deep. Now, it says of the trees in Lebanon and the trees in Eden, right? Including who themselves, the angels themselves. They could also, like the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, climb up and down the ladder. You know what ladder I mean? Jacob's ladder. Didn't Jacob have a dream of seeing the angels ascending into the city? Right? From heaven? From heaven. Now, in a way, every child that's born, when it takes its first breath, the Spirit of God enters its body, right? Until then, the mother is nourishing it as if it's a part of her body. Mm-hmm. Right. So that's again, maybe say before the third trimester. Right, right. So, if I watch a movie, even if it's porno, like it's a movie, right? And I don't make it a big deal, it's what? Not a big deal. Right. But if you make something a big deal, it's what? A big deal. A big deal. Now, I have a reason for talking about the car wreck, or I have a reason for talking about the stop sign. There's a reason behind that. There's no reason, okay, when I'm out, that, again, a single woman, if she and I meet, can't show interest in each other. But if she's with someone, right, that's fine too. I don't expect her to, right? Right. Now, the women I was with, though, acted to some point like they wanted to be with you. I told you that before, right? I don't rape a woman, right? None of them can accuse me of rape, not even Sheena Johnson herself, even if she was waiting for marriage and didn't tell me, right? See, the way I was taught sex works, and I told you this before, is you can make a move on a girl, and she's got to tell you when to stop. If it goes to full sex, she's consenting. Though all she has to do is say no, and you gotta stop, whether you stick it in or not, right? And I've done that before too. I told you that too, right? I've made out with a girl and had to stop because she said no, right? And not to go all the way with her, and I didn't, and I didn't. I don't have a problem doing that, right? Nor do I have a problem going all the way with women, right? Who I went all the way with, and there's at least 17 that I can count on my fingers and toes. Right. The strange thing about the salon and the strange thing about the DV and all that, right, is when it's happening, I'm just noting it's weird, right? But it don't normally happen normally, right? And you seem to have a problem with all that too, right? None of that makes me crazy, right? It just means I don't know how the TV channel got on that channel, right? And I don't recall putting it on that channel myself, right? Or again, I would tell you. There's no reason to make something add up either, right? But if it happened, right, you're trying to deny it even happened, right? Which means you're more involved with it than I know, right? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And you're the one hiding something from me, not me from you, right? Perhaps who the girl was with. Because a girl after 11 p.m. is the only one who can get to my house at night. Not even my own mom would come to my house at night, or my sister, because she lives somewhere else. Both of them do, right? And I told you that too, right? No. As far as I know, right, right. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. But either sister, either sister. Even with Teresa, I don't know nothing happened. And again, or Amanda, or her druggy friends who came by. I know. Because again, I don't mess with people. I'll talk to the girl, and if she tells me she has a boyfriend, that's fine, right? I'm just being a customer then, right? I didn't even mind Kelly was married. The problem was she was acting so strange about me eating out there. I don't know what was in her head, right? And I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm still a customer like any other customer, right? And she could be narcissistic, right? It ain't that I wouldn't be with her if she was unmarried. It's that I knew she was, right? And, and what I'm trying to show her is I like Chinese, so get over yourself. Told you that before too, right? It again ain't that she ain't the girl of my dreams. It's just that she's with another man, and I don't try to really mess with that. And I don't recall messing with that, right? The only place she can seduce me, like I said, would be in the bathroom, and then and, that can be quick or short too, right? And I don't know that happened. I don't know that happened. See, that's why I'm saying all that. The only place you could do something in a store like that is the bathroom, right? If I lost time, I would go in the bathroom with her, but that's all I know, right? Then I would have to ask her to do that, right? And if she did it, I wouldn't know if she had a husband or not, right? So I did ask her age and her name, Michelle, and 37, right? So why can I talk about that? I remember it, right? To a point. If I don't remember something, you can't talk about it, right? Even the stepdaughter thing is strange because I'm on the couch and they're in the bedroom together, right? So you can't do something without one of the parties coming in there to you, right? To wake you up. That's all I'm saying, right? See, you don't know that. The only one who could would be Daphne herself. But why would she let her daughter come in there to me? There's only two possibilities then. She was trying to tempt me with her, which means entrapment. Or she was asleep and didn't know about it, right? So I would bring her back there to her, right? As soon as I dealt with Amanda's needs now, mind you, right? If I thought she needed anything, right? And that's all I'm saying there, right? If she came in there, there's only so many reasons, and there are four for a child her age, right? Eat, drink, bathroom, or bath. Those are the only things children do before they go to bed, right? That's all I mean. That's all I would think of. If she came in there or not, right? Mm-hmm. That's all I mean, right? And if I had to help her go to the bathroom, I might would have to take her underwear off. That's what I'm saying, too. Because we're in the living room. Right? But of course, you would have to out the room, bathroom, come back to the living room, right? And I'm making that part up, I think. I should be, yeah. So if I did that, right, the only thing that would cause me to do something else is if she stood around me instead of going to the bathroom. That might make me wonder if she already peed then, right? And then I might would smell her, which is, taking you to a journey, right? From one step to another, which is how something really happens, right? Whether you make it up or not, right? And then I have to make sure she didn't pee herself or something. I don't know if she's there, right? Okay, then I might smell her, right? And the smeller, you got to get close to her crotch, right? Make sure she didn't pee, right? So you might stick out your tongue on the way down. I'm making that up, but that's because I also know about oral sex. Even did it with my ex-wife, right? But again, right? Don't mean I would do it with a child, right? Mm-hmm. And then if she smells, you might want to take a shower with her, huh? Right? So you might get undressed, right? And see, that's where I'm taking you on a made-up journey, right? If something happened or not, right? And this is the worst case scenario, right? I might could have done versus, right? Her waking me up and being right there, and I'm freaking out about it in a different way, or right? I do it because she came all the way in there, and then I figure she's got to pee, right? See, there's any story you're making up, right? is made up because you're not remembering details to begin with, right? And someone is accusing you of it, right? And you don't know what they're talking about. See, being that part of my mentality and paranoid schizophrenia has to do with the schizophrenics making up things, right? To begin with, that's part of the diagnosis, by the way. You're saying I'm not making this up, right? But I am that I molested her. mm-hmm. I know. And how would you know, right? I don't even know, right? Daphne never said I did for 11 years, so who are you, right? If anyone's going to accuse me, it's going to be the ex-wife before I divorce her, not, she's not going to wait 11 years, right? Mm-hmm. None of that makes sense to me, so I don't know what to say to you.